Hello and, well, welcome to... Well, I'm deciding that I'll just carry us through the Let's Play with my, well, intended to be Lois Knight. Not exactly sure on the fashion just yet. I've spawned that in alongside a crystal wave, and so on. And, well, I've also spawned in a Prisoner's Chain, Life Ring +3, and Ring Favour, but I intend to pick up the actual ones and discard the ones I've spawned in. Now, I can't actually physically use this weapon yet, and for the matter, since I've been using the item swap method, it'd probably be best, now since I want to make this legitimate, no, I don't want to leave, I want to discard every last soul that I've spawned in there to do the item swaps with. So, now that's cleared up, we're going to be playing through with the Lois Knight. I'm sure the fashion could have been better, but it's a pretty decent one, especially if they've been out and about for so long. Now, I've gone with Stone Palmer over the Eastern Iron Shield, which I think was the other candidate for it. For a variety of reasons. Now, yeah, my damage is a little weird. I'm fat rolling, so this is definitely going to be a bit more difficult than the typical ones, but I'm going to keep strafing. I should still get the normal time for him to... Of course, he's not on the sweet spot most of the time. Okay. God, don't break the lock on, please. This is going alright, I guess. That's not good damage. Like, I haven't got the stats to block with it, but the stats aren't too bad. Like, I'm able to hurt him a decent amount despite not meeting the requirements, due to the fact it's crystal infused. As I wish to represent... God broke me, I didn't quite roll fast enough. Not that fat rolling is optimal. Okay. Not many more now, mate. Wait, I want to... Okay, well, he did hit me there, but I think he's in the raw forms. So, I'm going with the Shield and Glaive variant for a variety of reasons. And I just wish to get through the game with this. Complete the entirety of it, though certain bosses will certainly be giving me quite the hassle due to the crystal infusion. Namely, Eldritch and the Crystal Sage. Both bosses that I actually quite heavily hate. So, I could have gone refined for this, but I decided, well, when I eventually get this to PvP standards, which is level 125 for me, I would prefer to be able to do pretty heavy chip damage, but I could easily just go through with a refined build, but, well, and then just respec at the end, but let's be honest, that's boring. Why would I? So, I'm gonna be going through, intending to grab some stuff. And I also do have one issue. I am not playing online, and that's due to the one issue I have in particular is just how long the game will take at times, and also the frame rate. Now, one thing I do intend to get, but didn't spawn in, because it isn't immediately crucial to helping, and that was the Silver Cat Ring. So, if I want to wield these, perfectly fine, I need that. My AR immediately goes up, on both. Not that it matters on the shield. And I also want to put in Vit, though I haven't actually got the swords to put in Vit yet. So now I can wield both. I'm still fat rolling, but I can now block with the shield with 57 stability, which isn't too bad. I'm going to talk to him, just get these out of the way. So get his gesture, allot the Estus to that, and boom. I intend to grab a few other ones in the game as well, and should I go and try and kill the Swordmaster? He'll probably kick my ass right now. But, either way, this is a female character rather than male, but I decided I want to keep the one that I deleted to make this one in my heart. So she is got the same appearance, it's been redone with this to get to that. So what I intend to do a bit is get to the next bonfire, pick up some of the shards, upgrade the weapon in particular because I want the damage to be high. The damage is the real important part about this, because it's going to be very crucial that I have good damage to deal with most players. Not players, most enemies as quickly as possible. The vitality, though, is certainly going to be the next concern. So here we go. Oh yes, you won't see a face even said but that doesn't really matter much. So let's write this. And I know where I can get some stuff immediately. I should have actually. I'll drop this off. And also for my birth gift, I did take the... That does one shot there, so that's good. I'm not sure about the R1, but we'll find out probably. But I would like to kill some of the Puss of Men, just to get the shards off them. Now that I can wield it, I can do charge style 2 as well, an issue. And Bud, why you hiding? Oh god. Oh, he's not dead. Shut up. So, I can go around, kill these saws. And I don't really dislike the glaive one-hand moveset. It's pretty nice, actually. But some people say you shouldn't use it because it hasn't got hyper armor. In all fairness, these are medium speed weapons. Shut up. Charged. And charged. I'm not sure why there's a whole bunch of chairs there. I want to know the lore behind that. Oh, I can... That's nice. Either way, let's grab these. I want binoculars. Wait, no, what am I doing? They're meant to go down here. Shouldn't need that. So, I'm gonna go back once I've cleared this room down here of enemies, which is not too difficult. There's just 3 of them. Just that. That. And there's a guy over here with the sword and shield set up. Now, the fire bombs I'm also going to want. You little bugger. Got him there. Could have grabbed those, but I can't actually buff my weapon since it's infused with crystal. Oh, is this guy alive? Not now. So, against the, well, Puss of Men, fire is absolutely brilliant. What I intend to do is stagger it with the firebomb, and then kill it with my weapon quite quickly. And dog is the most annoying enemy in the game. Get out. Come on. What the hell was the dog doing? That doesn't kill this one. Well, it's dead now. Blocking is going to be a better idea for me until I can normal roll. Because this is a 100% block shield, thankfully. And 57 stability can carry me through for now. Did the game just freeze? Nope. Stutters. Not encouraging. I would prefer if it didn't. Well, he's going to get killed now, so... yeah, like that. So, that thing, to kill it... okay, I'm doing no damage. This is very intimidating for the matter. Not sure why I would have grabbed those. Like, you can block it, but goodness gracious, is it still a very scary thing. And you can see why they're pretty scary foes. Especially when it just goes that mode. Oh no, I'm in that corner. Well, we're going to kill it here. There. So, what these drop, when you initially kill them if you don't actually know, is an Ember and a Titanite Shard. After that, I believe they don't have any set drop, but the two that you can encounter in this area both will guaranteed drop that the first time round you kill them. Hello? And these fellas are not too dangerous, because you can actually stagger them out of their hits quite nicely. But they can do a lot of damage early game. The ones here, anyway. Oh. There it is. So, that's just the saw you can use. That there is a shortcut for later. So, this is going to be a bit of a let's play, not really a walkthrough, because I'm not going to cover literally everything, but I do intend to get the game relatively close to a high level of completion. So, now that all that's covered, I can go this way and I'll make it to the next bonfire eventually. But one trick for this next area is you don't want to go up top if you don't want the dragon. Because well, it's not really a dragon, it's a wyvern. But it is technically a large fire-breathing beast, either way. So, they're pretty intimidating, fellas. And will I bounce off your shield if I one-hand hit it? Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna just do this. Kill that. That fella there is an annoyance, but what you can do is you can walk to here. See, it's clear. He comes out of nowhere. Gets angry and breathes for him. So everything up there will die and you get plenty of souls. Now what you can do is you walk down here. Try and not get hit by these. And watch that. We're coming through flames in here for you as well. Now you can get through here. Of course, it's a little risky if you're going to do it after he's arrived. You can instead just run through. Now, there's plenty of items there, and you can knock him off for a large Titanite Shard. He'll fly away. And down here you can go and encounter a Mimic, which has a deep battle axe, which has no scaling, but for the start of the game it's very strong. In particular because many things are weak to deep damage. And goodness gracious, the game just landed. Kill him. I want to kill these so they don't provide issues later, because this is your first big armoured enemy, the Lothric Knight. So, they're pretty scary for early game. They can definitely hurt you, but
I think magic is one of the things that is relatively nice against them, though lightning will certainly be what carries you through. Not that you're going to have any as of yet. These fellas are just the most annoying enemy in the game, or their later variants are. But up here is your next bonfire. And don't forget to check up there, for there is a Titanite shard, which is a nice welcome addition to any early game upgrading session. So I'm going to go back, get a bit of it, to help get to the point where I can normal roll, because it's going to be quite crucial against the next boss that you'll encounter. Quite crucial indeed, because it's absolutely, definitely required, I would say. Because if you don't do it, there's a very fair chance that you'll get buggered up. But either way, my first order of action is to upgrade the glaive. The shield is going to handle itself. It's not going to get any improvements for a time yet. But you can see that the weapon overall, it's not going to get massive boosts early on, but they will be significant enough. Should have probably popped my souls, but I forgot. So my vit is nowhere near high enough. And also, int is definitely the damage increaser as of the moment for me. I'll get some points, but of course I'm still fat rolling. See? So, for now, it's a bit of a concern, but it could be a lot worse. So, I'll be able to get another Titanite shard by going down here and killing the next Puss of Man. But there's also another area which I wish to go to, which means killing the Puss of Man is actually going to be quite good if I can manage it without screwing it up and taking lots of damage. But yes, there's another area near where you can find a Estus shard to improve your health, which is going to be quite crucial to handling yourself. So my effective vit is 18 due to the prisoner's chain increasing it by 5. So here we just want to clear you out. He just fell, I fell on him. Now down here there's this fella, and the other one there, which I didn't intend to kill but did. So that's a nice thing to do. Gonna want to grab these here, because guess what they are? Firebombs. And you want firebombs against these Puss of Men if you're not confident in blocking them, which I doubt many players are. You may as well grab the souls, because they are going to be beneficial early on. Ow. I would prefer if you had not done that, but we have to go through it, I suppose. Kill these two. I'm going to kill these for the souls. You don't actually need to. So, the next Puss of Man is this fella here. And goodness gracious, the game did not like me there. Yet more firebombs will be delivered. So you can, if you are doing well, kill it with firebombs alone. I would say I personally wouldn't expect it this early on, but it is indeed a possibility, especially with the fact that in a moment you actually gain black firebombs, and you can also acquire some as you get a barrier with. And I will say I would much rather not be near the edge. But these are pretty scary, but not really now. Not anymore to a experienced player who knows what they're doing. I wish I hadn't missed you. He doesn't have anything I actually want. And I couldn't kill him in time anyway, so... But he drops a raw gem, I believe, which for early game is a very nice thing, because it can allow you to infuse a weapon with raw, which boosts its base damage, but scaling, it vanishes. So these are the black firebombs I was mentioning. They are very much a upgrade of the firebombs. Let's kill you, and then I'll go off this way towards our next encounter. So, you can encounter another 2 Titanite shards, I believe. Or was it just 1? It must be 1. Kill you. And then you kill these fellas. So, oh, come on. That was a bit rude, wasn't it? Oh yes, don't let this fella backstab you. It will hurt. So, now I have enough for my second... Oh god, the game is stuttering. For my second glaive upgrade. And here, there's a guy hidden down there, be careful. They are undead hunter charms, which can be used on hollows to make them a little easier to deal with. So this guy is pretty threatening. You can't really hit a great shield without bouncing off. But you can with some bigger weapons or when two-handing. I should have backstabbed there, instead went for the R2. Still came out with... Well, you just dropped me an additional one. They do have a drop rate for that. Let's break all of this. Soul of a Deserted Corpse. Yet another item that can assist with just handling things. Now, I'm not going to go and grab a particular item that you can go to by going through stuff over there. You go over there and drop down. There's a chest with the Astora Straight Sword. It's become less useful as of late due to a variety of changes to damages when looking at the overall buff to damage. This here is just a shield that you can grab, the Silver Eagle Kite Shield, which isn't too bad. And now down here, there are several large hollows. I believe it's 2 axe hollows and 1 halberd. And there is also dogs. And dogs, if you don't know, are the most annoying enemy in the game. Without a doubt. But, if you have a shield, you block, and then you hit them and kill them. But, in my case, I can't one-hit kill them. There's also, in here, another Titanite shard. Now, that's one of their faster moves. It's also one of their more scary ones, but it can be dealt with, as can all the others. And this here is your Estus shard, which is a absolutely crucial thing. Now, I recommend aggroing both at once. In particular for this reason, that they provide a formidable combo. So I'm going to have to actually heal here because I was an idiot and angered. Or he can do that for me. Goodness, I would prefer if you did not do that. Let's backstab him and get him out of the game, so... Yeah, that's why you don't want to aggro both of those. But, well, he just dropped me the Great Axe. If you have the strength to use it, it's short-ranged, but it is one ferocious weapon. Get out. And this is what I wanted, the Selkie. Alongside, of course, the Estus Flask shard. So, now, I can, if I wish, go back this way, where I had been, and I can release a future vendor from his cell. So, with him, you can just go back to it, let him out, and he'll sell you, at first, the glaive. So you can get it relatively early game, though I wished to have the crystal glaive immediately, hence I spawned it in, because you do have to wait a bit for crystal, at least. But there's also a few other things down here that you will want to make note of. In particular, a certain NPC will give you a key to a door that will be over there. See that there? So the halberd ones, I believe, have slightly less health. Not too much less, but it is a difference. Now, this room here is dangerous, because this fella can detonate all the barrels in the room if you're unlucky. And that can hurt a lot, if not kill. a mail breaker. It's a type of dagger. Good moveset in a sense, like all daggers, but you're not going to be breaking anyone out of certain things with it. So this is where you use the cell key. And this is Grey Rock.
Below the high wall.
And this is for after the first boss.
Just a very an old, please. I'm not asking for.
So look at this.
What do you say?
You do that and he becomes a vendor. So that ring you can wear to gain increased damage resistance at low health. That's a moderately nice effect at times, because I have seen it save people, though it's not particularly one that I would like to use. I may as well break through all of this and grab this. It's just throwing knives, but they're something that people use in PvP a bit. Though the Guardian Shiv, since its introduction in the second DLC, has certainly become a contender for most used item in finishing players off. So now we can just go back on our way, though this time we are going to be turning up at a different area. So we're, instead of going left inwards to this building, we are going to go to the right when we drop down, instead of taking the ladder. The recommendations against doing this, as you will take a bit of damage, and it's often proportional to your health. Oh, he killed him in one go, okay. So, those two jump up, they're pretty threatening. There's yet more fire bombs. Don't be careful to not fall here, as it will almost certainly kill you. And here you have a set of, well, a hollow will jump up, and there's also a hollow soldier. In this area, there's several embers and a weapon or two. But you often have to contend with this fella, a knight. Now, backstabbing him is not too hard, but he is a very formidable foe. You can often drag him over the flames, however. Sometimes he'll even kill himself just by being here. But backstabbing is what you wish to do here. And I finished him off with that R2. Was hoping it would, and it did. He also drops Titanite shards, so I might even have a +3 weapon by the time we get to the next area of the game. So there's a rapier here, if you wish to have it. And it will wake up this hollow soldier next to it. They effectively play dead. So be careful here. And while there are other items around, I am not going to be grabbing all that much more. There is not much reason for me to. Especially with the game lagging a bit. Ah yes, there's that archer up there. One of the more annoying ones I find in this game. And you can still dodge with fat rolls, it's just it's very much recommended to not do it. So up here is the next thing. Large soul of a deserted corpse. You can jump over there to get I believe it's another soul, or it is fire bombs. Possibly black fire bombs. Now here, you're going to want to kill him quickly because 4 of these jump over. Now they're the lesser variants who are easier to kill, but due to the amount of them they can swarm, which is generally an unhealthy situation to be caught in, as it can kill you. And now, this is that shortcut I mentioned near the start of the episode, where you can open it, after going up this elevator of course, to head to the bonfire. Now I wish to do that, as my Estus I would like to have, and I would actually like to upgrade my weapon for the boss fight. So I'm going to head straight up. Hopefully, the dogs are most likely going to follow and prove an issue, but you know, that's typical. If they don't, consider yourself lucky. This fella can bugger off. And, well, we've got an Estus shard to use, so I will damn well be using it. And I'll also be intending to actually effectively upgrade this weapon again, and I'm going to also go and confront the Swordmaster, who is a bit of a small issue. Little more than a threat, that would be Scent could cause... If you know what you're doing, you can definitely deal with him, and there are ways to cheese him. But he is certainly possibly a good annoyance. So, I'm gonna pop these souls on the way down. So now, I happily have 8,000, well, not 8,000, 4,800 swords, and now let's reinforce our weapon a bit, is it? So, I don't have enough for the next upgrade yet again, but I'm certainly already well on my way to getting said upgrade now. I don't intend to upgrade the shield till this thing is no longer needed to be upgraded with the same material. So, Vit, I will put it up by 2 points once again. And, well, let's see. Do we fast roll? Not quite, sadly. Because we are quite literally a point off. But I forgot to ask him to upgrade the Estus Flask because I'm a genius. We will be able to get those 2 next points of it, one of which I intend to have due to a ring that I will wield later. So now my Estus Flask can hold 5 sips of either type, or a mixture of the 2. So there's also a guy up there that I wish to talk to, but for now let us head out and we shall meet with a formidable foe. It's the first NPC foe effectively of human type like you are. He uses the moveset that you can use and he drops the weapon that you can use. So he is quite scary. He can parry you. And he can also do that, which is moderately ineffective. But yeah, you can see he's pretty scary at times. And his health is moderate, to say the least. Now, I don't wish to be taken out like this. And I will heal up, but... what the hell? Yeah, he's quite an issue to face head on. And he really does like doing that, by the way. And be careful when fighting near the edge, you can roll off and it can kill you. Come on up here, I don't want to face you down there. Come on, butt. I'm going to attempt to two-hand and see if it gives me any benefits. I do deal more damage. He was charging an R2 there, I didn't like that. Now I do have hyper armor while two-handing. And luckily for most players, this fella does not heal. But he can instead parry you. But thankfully he has not tried it against me. And I was able to take him out. He drops his armor, which was exactly what you saw there, the master set. And while you cannot go into there, you can later come out of it. So he gives you a few souls, it's not a bad amount. Now if you pick those up, these guys come for you, not exactly a threat. And well, by now I can now use the effective... Well, I'm going to go and talk to that fella up there first. Because he does give something that I wish to progress. He gives you red eye... Well, cracked red eye orbs, which are... See? Those? They are for invasions, so they are an online item. I cannot invade, but I do wish to. And the only reason I'm not going to play in online for any of this is A, Twinks exist. B, it's because my frame rate goes to hell in this area. And a few others in the game as well. So I'm going to up my VIT 2 more. And that's all I need for the entire build. So now I can fast roll, which is exactly what I wish to have. So I'm gonna go back in by there, and I'm gonna be able to get to the boss, fast roll, and effectively be able to dodge much more effectively, and also recover stamina at a regular rate, which is very nice. Now, there is a possibility that I will go into New Game Plus and fight to the area known as Gank City, which I will point out if I get to it, where I will point out what Gank City is, say why it's called that, maybe explain a bit of what's happened there for me in the past. But in general, I would like to say... Huh? What the hell was that? The game just didn't load him. Fair enough. Now, the way I'm going to go about this is the one that gets me there fastest. Those are throwing knives. I don't see a reason to grab them. You might do if you wish to have them, or if you're running low on them and you can't buy any. Now, these guys have respawned, so I have to be careful. And despite my upgraded weapon, I still cannot one-shot him. Take out 3 of them just like that, and take him out. So here's another item that I've often seen, green blossoms. They are often used in PvP to effectively boost your stamina regen. I personally am not personally a person that uses them. I would have preferred if that hadn't happened and if my first hit had registered. Now, you can summon help for this first boss fight, down there, in the form of either this fella, Lion Knight Albert, who I like, uses a great axe, but I don't believe I need any help. So I'm going to kill this Lothric Knight, shouldn't be any issues. Bar the fact that my frame rate is going to hell. This game is really not liking me today, is it? So, this fella is the other one that we'll often patrol this area. Now, they have a few invincibility frames, almost like a player would when getting up, but it's not too major. Now, here, there is another Lothric Knight, alongside the Lucaneer, which is a weapon that many people like using, though it is not among the meta levels of weapon. Now, if I... yeah, he's dead. I was about to guard break him. Didn't quite go through with it, but that's a shame. So, you can also acquire a refined gem quite early on, up here. Now, this fella, I'm actually going to use my older tactic of backstabbing him initially, is very threatening. Now, you have noticed so far that he has a blue cloak. I just failed to backstab him. He's also got red eyes. He hits hard, and he has much more health. He stiff staggers, just like the rest. And he can be taken out, but often on. For an early player, that guy can certainly damage you quite severely. But he drops a guaranteed refined gem the first time round, which is good for late game development. Now, you can kill this priest and acquire an item that allows you to advance the game earlier than you should. I much rather would not want to do that for a variety of reasons, such as the fact that that would, you know, progress the game a bit, and I doubt I have the setup required to handle the boss that would spawn. So, down here, there's those two. And there's also this fella here. Now, I like killing them because they are such a pain in the ass if you go to engage these two. Kill those two, just fine. Now, because I've killed the Swordmaster, I can now summon him if I wished, though I do not need to. Now, I believe I recall how this boss functions. It's a bit old in my memory. The game is also stopped on the recording, which is, you know, totally encouraging. Warning, high encoding. That was a slight issue, but I'm not sure if that would show through in the final recording. But once you approach this door, this will happen. And hence your first boss fight will begin, after the tutorial boss. The game is freezing up for me, totally encouraging. Not sure why, probably because the recording software is open. But I introduce you to Vault of the Boreal Valley. He is practically a dog-like human enemy. He wields a great hammer, which you can get his sword from. And you will want to be very careful with him, because blocking is very much a bad option. Maybe in an emergency it will be acceptable. Now, he doesn't do particularly much damage to me. And his first phase isn't too much of an issue. You can often just get under him and hit his rear. Now, I blocked there because, well, I haven't got the reaction time because it's slow. You can also thrust it forward like that. Often straight left and into him. This is his second form. You can get some free hits off there. And this is how he often opens it. It's a rush attack, followed up by a beam. Well, not a beam as much as it is a wave. Now, don't get hit by that, it deals frostbite. I should have hit him a lot more there during it, but I didn't. Now, during this phase, his entire body becomes a hitbox, so you will want to be quite careful. As you can see, my high defences are already showing to be a little useful here. But you can often 3-4 shot early game plays. You will want to be careful with him, and well, I suppose we should leave off there. So, his bonfire spawns here, near the door, and can be used for farming that area up there, though there will later be a better bonfire for it. So, now that I've acquired all of these items, I will start the next area, and I will end there for us. So, this is probably one of the more beautiful views of the game. You can see the Cathedral of the Deep down there. You can see the Undead Settlement there. The Farron Swamp is below. That's actually one of the areas there that you fight an enemy on, though it doesn't spawn from here, which is a little upsetting. There's also the boss arena for an enemy that you will encounter later. And I believe there's something else as well, but I don't know where. Either way, let's get to this cutscene. And I will be doing the optional bosses, or at least as many of them as I can. But yeah, here we are. And I introduce you to demons, or one of them. I believe these are present in at least 2 of the games of the Dark Souls series. And in the first one, they might even be enemies at one point, I believe. I'm not certain. I have not played through that game entirely as of yet. I intend to, though, at one point. But here, they drop you off at the Undead Settlement with a bonfire up here. So, there's also the Archer-Giant there that you could see just in the cutscene, and you can see him there as well. Now, he will be an issue unless you choose the white. Is he holding the bow backwards? No, it was just him letting go of the arrow. But, yeah, this is effectively the Undead Settlement. Now, there is a bunch of stuff I'll show of the area later on. But either way, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.